The Boston Celtics are cooking as the Boston Celtics get yet another win on the road in Toronto due to the fact of Jaylen Brown's great play. This past weekend, the Boston Celtics have been absolutely incredible and have moved into the third spot in the East in the NBA, and it is all because of Jaylen Brown and these other guys stepping up for the Boston Celtics. And it looks like they finally have found their identity that they have been looking for all season long. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. I'm your host, Patrick Billings. Before we get into anything, guys, if you're loving the content that we're doing here on Celtics Digest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're constantly dropping updates, some post games, got some trade rumor videos as well, and putting up a lot of shorts as well. You guys have been loving those, so we appreciate all the love. But without further ado, let's get into talking about this Boston Celtics team because they have been on fire. And this is a team that we really didn't know what they were going to look like this year without Jayson Tatum. There was a lot of players that came onto this roster who never actually found their identity themselves in the NBA, like a Josh Minott, Luka Garza, who hasn't played much, but Jordan Walsh as well, somebody who has been on an absolute tear. Some people calling it an insanity run, but this is a run that I don't think is going to end and only get better and better as he's just constantly grown as a player on the defensive side, and with him being so good defensively is giving him more confidence on the offensive end, hitting some big shots. And he had another great game today as the Boston Celtics got it done in Toronto, like I said, 121-113. This game looked like it was over at half as the Celtics had a 23-point lead, but Toronto came out of nowhere in the third quarter, something that we have seen in the past from the Boston Celtics, giving up one big quarter and letting teams kind of crawl back in, but they were able to pull off the win, get things done, hit some big shots, and that's what they did today in that fourth quarter, with Toronto even taking the lead after that 23-point deficit led by about 3 points, but the Boston Celtics again pulled it out. And if we look at some of the stats here for the Toronto Raptors before we get into the Boston Celtics, as Brandon Ingram had a tremendous game with 30 points. He was just very unstoppable. His jump shot is extremely hard to block. Even when it does get blocked in the fourth quarter from three, it still went in somehow. So he had a great game. And someone who gave the Celtics a lot of problems today was Jamal Shed. He was able to come in off the bench, give the Raptors some really good defensive minutes, give the Celtics a lot of problems on the offensive end, and he was the one who really started that run in the third quarter for this Raptors team. But like I said, it wasn't enough. So the Boston Celtics will get right into their box score, as it was another flooded box score with Jaylen Brown once again with another 30-point game, averaging just over 29 points per game this season. Still been absolutely incredible for this team. He's been the leader all season long, and he has found his flow, getting to the mid-range, being the best mid-range shooter in the NBA this season. And it shouldn't be as a surprise that he is playing so well, but the guys around him are making him even better, and they are just feeding off of this energy. As we see Derrick White finally getting a really good game out of him. He's been up and down all season long, but when the Celtics needed him, he showed up like he usually does in the clutch, having 27 points, 6 for 15 from three, even getting 3 blocks today. It was a block show for the Boston Celtics, and up and down this box score, you got Neemias Queta again with another 11-11. Double-double, absolutely stepping up. And we got Peyton Pritchard getting some buckets as well, as always. And Jordan Walsh, once again, showing up and being the player he's been the last 2 weeks, has been truly incredible. As this Boston Celtics team, we're talking about this 5-game win streak right now. With him in the starting lineup, the Boston Celtics are 10-2 this season. After starting 0-3 to begin the season, the Celtics are 10-2 with Jordan Walsh in the starting lineup. And clearly, he has been the difference maker for this team moving forward. And you can only be very excited as this team is in that third spot in the East. Only a couple games back from the Knicks and the Pistons, who were the 1 seed. This is getting very exciting, something that we really just didn't expect this season. A lot of people counted out this team in the beginning of the season. We didn't know what we were going to get. But now you can kind of see what this team looks like. A lot of teams don't want to play the Celtics right now because of how good they are defensively, and they have one of the best offensive ratings in the NBA right now. So they are absolutely flowing. This team is fun. Love all the pieces that they got because everyone is just fitting so perfectly. And then you think of the idea of Jayson Tatum coming back this season, adding to this team. this team could be pretty legit. I'm going to get ahead of myself just a little bit because of how well they've been playing, but if they keep this up, there is no reason why this Celtics team can't make a playoff push and get deep into the playoffs. Maybe make a run at an NBA championship this year. Who knows? But we look down the line with a lot of people who are going to have to step up for that. And it's been Josh Minot too. He only had 3 points today, but he has found a lot of confidence in his jump shot. The last couple of games hitting from 3, shooting over 50%. Today only 1 for 1. He shot 1 shot, but he's in there defensively, getting some good work, getting a block. And you got Anthony Simons coming off the bench, being a little spark plug to help the Celtics. He's done this all season long, coming into some big spots in the fourth quarter, excuse me, and just being that one offensive option. If Jaylen Brown's not on the floor, he was able to step in and get some good buckets for this team to keep that lead going. And Sam Hauser wearing the long sleeve on the one side, and he looked great. He even had 2 blocks today, something we don't see from him. But this energy is feeding off of off of everybody. And this team is fun, man. They really are. And we look at some of these team comparison stats as well. The Boston Celtics with 9 blocks and 8 steals, and 3 of those steals coming from Jordan Walsh in the first few minutes of this game. And that's just really what the Boston Celtics have been doing all season long, getting a lot of steals, getting a lot of blocks, but forcing a lot of turnovers as well. Today, the Toronto Raptors had 13, but not committing those turnovers has been huge, with just about 11 today, which isn't too terrible, but you can't complain. They just really keep the ball secured and shooting the ball well today, 48%, 43 from 3. And man, this Boston Celtics team, guys, they're a lot of fun. And like I said, it's because of this guy, Jaylen Brown, having a fantastic weekend of basketball. If we look at his last 3 games here against the Knicks, went for 42 and 4 on 67% shooting. Jaylen Brown on Friday against the Lakers, having 38 and 8. And then today against the Raptors, 38 and 5. JB, thank you for stepping up in this number 1 option. Everyone said that you could do it, you could run the team, and then they had a lot of doubts to start the season. They were doubting you, and now you stepped up in a big spot for this team, and they've just been cruising, and this team is a lot of fun, and that is because of Jaylen Brown being the best mid-range shooter in the NBA, and he is looking for that all-star starting spot, and we hope we see it and see him make an all-NBA team as well this year. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. The Celtics don't have a game for a couple of days, so you won't get a post game in a while, but a lot of good stuff coming. We're going to get some more content coming out. Definitely going to get another Jordan Walsh video out soon because he has been absolutely incredible. But thank you guys so much for the support. If you like this one, hit the like button, drop your comments, tell me your thoughts about this team. Do you believe in this team as much as I do? I don't know if anyone believes in this team more than me, but if you do, let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go Boston Celtics. Peace out, everybody.